You don't have any office. You don't have an office in Boston, do you?
No, we don't have a physical presence in Boston, but I get.
But you do a lot of business there, though. You were just there last week, right?
I was there last week for a day with clients for a road show on a deal we're doing. And so I spent the day there with many of our clients, and it's a good thing.
Well, and hearing this news, I mean, clearly business is going to go on there, obviously, but, it gives, every once in a while, when something like this happens, it gives you a little bit of a pause.
Well, it definitely does. Certainly condolences to the families of those that, of the three people that were killed, and certainly sincerest, it's just a tough situation. We have in Chicago, Chicago Marathon coming up in just a short period of time. And we had a meeting yesterday with some folks on our anti-violence efforts. And one of the mayor's people couldn't actually get in the meeting because he had to now talk about Chicago's preparation for our marathon that's coming up, obviously as a result of this. As a matter of fact, it was right after the bombing that we had a call to talk about the anti-violence efforts in Chicago. So it certainly is something it's impacting. I assume it's going to impact what goes on in Boston in terms of the business flows. In Chicago, our marathon is primarily sponsored by the business community, and the runners are generally folks that do business in Chicago. So I'm.
Do you run in it?
I'm not a marathon runner. I'm 3 to 5 miles, and I'll call it a day there.
Okay.
But it's something that obviously the cities have to be aware of.
Were you in contact with the mayor yesterday? Because I know you always do talk to Mayor Emanuel about other initiatives, including this, which we'll talk about, this this youth initiative. But were you in contact with him yesterday?
Yes, I was yesterday, but not on this. It was on the anti-violence efforts that we're doing in Chicago, which obviously are not as related to this, but certainly have to do with violence in major cities.
When you see, just as a citizen, when you see something like this happen in Boston, though, and because Chicago is a major city, New York is a major city, obviously, does it make you, concerned? Are you worried? Are you looking towards the people that within the administration? What efforts are there, to be made?
Well, I caught a little bit of the Commissioner Kelly here. Our police superintendent is from here too, Gary McCarthy. As you know, random violence can occur at any given time. It's hard to know and predict what and where it's going to do.
Yeah.
You still have to function.
But places of business are usually targeted, and that's what's a big concern.
For maximum impact.
Yes.
From what I'm understanding now, what's going to happen in Chicago is clearly they're going to take the necessary precautions, look and see what they can do to strengthen and fortify certain of what might be potential targets. Yeah. And step up the general policing that was as was outlined earlier.